Hey guys, welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast, your daily guide for inner child healing. This podcast helps you establish a consistent reparenting routine and is divided into 3 sections. The first is a daily reading, the second is a discussion of that reading followed by suggested journal prompts, and the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us. I'm so glad that you're here as we continue on this journey of self-expansion and growth. If this is your first time, welcome. Now, before we dive in, I have a few quick reminders. Please like, share, and subscribe to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Your support here helps us spread the word, allowing us to continue to grow this community. Next, I'd like to introduce our Patreon group, where we have 3 weekly meetings. On Sundays, we have a meditation meeting. On Tuesdays, we have book club meeting. And on Thursdays, we have open topic discussions. These meetings take place at 6 p.m. CEST, so Amsterdam, Paris time. For my next announcement, I'd also like to introduce the Reparenting Daily journal, which you can find on Amazon. This journal follows along with the podcast, so each weekly and monthly themes are reflected in the journal. It provides space for you to keep your notes with plenty of extra resources on each topic that we discuss. It's an excellent tool, and if you purchase it, you can join our weekly meetings for free. Just send me an email and we'll get you linked in. For the last announcement, I'd like to introduce one of my most meaningful creative projects, a 3-volume series entitled Fairy Tales for Reparenting. Now, you might be wondering, why fairy tales? Aren't those just for kids? But through my personal healing journey and in studying the work of Carl Jung, Marie-Louise von Franz, and other spiritual and psychological traditions, I've come to see fairy tales as powerful symbolic maps for transformation. They carry deep, timeless wisdom, especially for those of us doing the hard work of reparenting ourselves. The series follows the structure of the hero's journey. Volume 1 explores the wounded child, stories of loss, betrayal, and innocence. Volume 3 is about the trials of endurance, cunning, and self-discovery. And Volume 3 is the return, stories of transformation, power, and wholeness. Each story is followed by journal prompts and space to reflect on how each story connects to your own inner healing journey. These are not just tales, they're tools. They're an invitation to connect with the part of you that still believes in magic and possibility and healing. You'll find both familiar classic and lesser-known stories from cultures around the world, offering you fresh insights and inspiration on your path. All 3 volumes are now available on Amazon. Your support means so much to me, not just for this project, but for the larger mission of helping myself and others reconnect inwardly. Reparenting is like nurturing a bonsai tree. It's not fast, it's not flashy, but with care, patience, and consistency, it will transform you. Thanks so much for being here and for supporting this work, and also for committing on your personal journey of self-expansion. Now, without further ado, let's dive into today's practice. Today's reading is from Psychology Today. It's an article entitled Move On from Trauma and Choose to be Happy. Apologies for the delay. My computer had some issues and I just got it back from the repair shop. So yeah, I'm running a bit behind schedule. Apologies for that. Just as a reminder, we're in August and the theme for this month has been Healing the Inner Child. We're in week 4, August 22nd until the 31st. It's the last day of the month. And the theme for this week has been Integrating Play and Joy. Move on from trauma and choose to be happy. We don't have to let traumatic experiences darken the rest of our days. Some of us have been through a lot. Maybe you experienced significant depression, anxiety, trauma, or loss. Perhaps you or someone else that you know had multiple adverse childhood experiences. I'm taking a course right now that focuses on the connection between trauma of various kinds and chronic health conditions. I'm not sharing specifics about the course until I've completed it, as I'd like to properly vet it first. Much of the focus on the habitual thoughts and emotions and behaviors that insidiously hijack your brain and way of life after you've been through something really difficult. They start out as survival mechanisms. The brain or body develops these coping mechanisms or protective tactics when we are going through something really challenging. The problem is, they can get stuck around after the urgency has ended. They cripple us. A cloud hovers over our lives. We get so used to it, we hardly notice how dark things have gotten. Some of us on a deep level haven't fully absorbed the threat of trauma or terrible event that is behind us. We are safe. We don't have to keep carrying it with us from moment to moment. Please note that this isn't the case for everyone, as with some people who are tragically experiencing ongoing trauma. I'm speaking here directly to people whose trauma have passed. I have experienced a variety of difficult events and multiple kinds of mental health challenges: anxiety, depression, PTSD, burnout. I've come a long way from the hardest days and love to teach others about hope-filled personal achievement in mental health. That said, until I took this course, I didn't realize how much those previous traumatic experiences were still affecting me day to day. Unexpected events of the last decade that had piled on top of many other things from my past had shaken me more deeply than I'd realized. I was shocked to discover that there were all kinds of things I was avoiding, though when questioned I would brush it off as if it were normal and no big deal. There were lots of things that still triggered me. I'd just gotten used to living that way, to adjusting myself and my life to all of that. Thank you. That's the reading for today. You can check out the rest of the article in the show notes. This reading reflects deeply on August's theme of healing our inner child because it reminds us that while trauma may have shaped how we see ourselves and the world, it doesn't have to define the rest of our lives. Many of us have grown up with wounds that taught us to see the world through fear, shame, or hypervigilance. Over time, that dirty window of trauma clouds even our joyful experiences, making it hard to feel safe or free. Healing the inner child means choosing to wipe that window clean, not by denying the pain, but by teaching ourselves that safety and joy are possible again. This is the act of reparenting, offering our inner child the freedom to trust, to play, and to embrace happiness without guilt. In reference to week 4's theme of integrating play and joy, this message is a gentle and powerful reminder that joy is not just a random act, it's a choice and a practice. Trauma may have rewired us for fear and vigilance, but the brain is plastic. It can relearn joy. By intentionally seeking out moments of play, fun, and connection, we teach both our adult self and our inner child that life doesn't always have to be heavy. Integrating joy isn't about ignoring the pain. It's about reclaiming the birthright of aliveness that trauma has sometimes tried to take away from us. Choosing happiness over and over again is one of the most radical and healing things we can do for ourselves. As we go into the journal prompts today, number 1, in what areas of my life do I still feel like I'm looking through a dirty window? And how might I begin to clear it? Number 2, what does choosing happiness look like for me today? Not as denial, but as an act of healing and freedom. And number 3, what playful or joyful activity could I intentionally practice this week to remind my inner child that life can be safe and fun? That's it for today. As always, thanks for being here. Take care of yourself, and please do be well. Welcome back, welcome back. Now, this is the third and final section of the daily podcast. This is your silent meditation. Please go ahead and find a space where you can be comfortable and undisturbed, where you can relax and spend some time with yourself for this 10-minute silent meditation. You can choose to be sitting, standing, lying down, or in whatever position makes you comfortable today. Take a moment to simply be with yourself. Focus on your breath and gently connect with each part of your body. If thoughts arise, don't let them overwhelm you. Just observe them without attachment. Imagine them as leaves drifting down atop a river, passing by without needing your engagement. Stay present, grounded, and open to this moment, no matter what time you are listening and practicing this meditation. Namaste.